And here with my Godzilla Commission that I'm finishing up. Huzzah! This is my Meltdown Godzilla, 1990s with the ears that I use for reference. God, do I love this monster. If he really is a monster, were we the real monsters and not he? But anyway, so I'm finishing up this commission that I got at the Boston Comic Con. And is there anything more fun than doing monsters or someone like Godzilla? So I just got to do a few final touches to it. I did it at the con for the most part. I'm just trying to add a little bit of depth with the brush. And I'm using my Speedball ink along with my Artist Loft Vienna. You know, they have sable brushes anymore. Number 2, that I can get a nice thin line, a nice thick line. This is Godzilla from the 90s, for those of you who do not know. I did it in pencil. I did some pencils, and I went right to the inks. Just to finish him up here, and you'll see all the explosions and things like that around him, and the fire and the flame. And that's where I'll go. And after I do a couple of these fins or spikes, sorry, fins, his spikes and all. But I love that snarl that he has. Add a little bit of that, you got to get him like a real great snarl. I mean, he's got that really cool face, very expressive personality, those black eyes, like a doll's eyes. And I mean, he really is the king of all monsters. I'm very excited about the King Kong versus Godzilla that's coming out. And, well, let's get to our final touch. And we'll get to signing my name. Let me just check to make sure it's working. Okay. I'm going to hit with my lightsaber toothbrush. I don't know if you could see it or if it's working out. And I'll dip it in my Speedball ink. And we're just going to cause some debris. Now you can see that coming through. Let's add a little more. Just explosions. Boom. Debris. This adds a lot of that. Basically, we're adding some chaos to it here as he blows up and stomps his way through Tokyo. But ultimately, as he always does, in order to save humanity from other monsters, foreign ones and all. So we add a little bit of that. Let's get some real heavy stuff going here. And the fun thing about it is that you could flick this like I do. Some of the page is more of a wash. You know, to add a little bit of water to it all. And let's really give it a roll here now. We'll grab one of our brushes to add the coup d'etat to it. There's always something fun about adding debris and speckles and specks and dirt, and it just adds to the ground swelling up and being destroyed. And you know, the poor people of Tokyo, well, they shouldn't have unleashed them with their atomic blasts and all. And boom, here we go. I think we can go a little bit heavier. Ooh, this one's gonna be a nice. Oh, here we go. There we go. Right in the corners. Add a little more drama to it. And I love, I'm not a big fan of negative space. I always try to use as much of the paper as possible when doing my covers, my commissions. I mean, sometimes, of course, the design calls for a lot of negative space to add atmosphere. But if you're doing a drawing and someone is paying you to do something, you might as well use as much as possible. So, I think that's about it. We'll add my name here as the total coup d'etat, the creme de la creme, the coup d'etat. And there goes that, my TUCCI 18. Let's bring this down. And there you have it. Gojira.